Have you ever felt someone that would step over you to get ahead and didn't even look back? Today, we're going to talk about why so many people, and I wanted to do this talk, so many people think of themselves first. When it's sometimes survival, but it can become destructive. And I really want to talk about this because it's so important to talk about going into this conversation of the character. And the character of people are so important. But I got to get you to understand, why do people think of themselves first? And that's where the personality arises, on the basis of self desires, self me first. And so if I can explain to you the difference and understanding, then you'll get a better understanding where people get these personalities from. Because it's all derived, as I've been working on what I'm bringing you every day, it's on the basis of self. So is self about surviving, or is self about being destructive, or is self is just being wicked and selfish? You see where I'm going? And so I really want to get into this talk and help you understand some things, and I'm gonna just give you the top reasons. And there's many, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna keep talking about it. But I want to give you understanding of self, okay? Which is almost, we say, looking out for number one. But again, it's a difference, okay? So you're with Love Dr. Pamela. Thank you for joining me. I really, truly appreciate you being a part. I don't care if one see me or 100 see me. All I know is my goal is to help you. I've been helping people over 15 years find love, get love, enhance love. And that is what I want to do constantly through my talks, is to help you through this journey of love and being able to connect and love someone so that you can desire and love someone. Okay? So make sure you continue to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification button so that you can get the next video that's going to come out and help you understand about love and relationship, so you can go to the next level. And don't forget to hit the like. So let's get into this, because this is a very important topic that I wanted to talk about, because I have so many, because every day I'm going to bring you something about the character of individuals, especially the rest of this year, because I want to take you into a year to change your life, to bring you what you've been seeking, which is either companionship, marriage, or just to have someone to get with every now and then. And when you understand why people do what they do and why they think of themselves the way they think of themselves, then you can understand how to deal with them, how to relate, how to better connect, because that's the whole key to relationships, is learning to connect. And till you understand how, because I wish someone had told me about, look, pay attention to this or pay attention to that. Watch out for this. And when you get that type of help, it's easier to not waste your time, because you're paying attention to the character of an individual that may waste your time. You see? So this one right here is about, this is, I felt I probably should have did it a long time ago. And I've talked about this before, but this is a different way I want to give you an insight about thinking about yourself. See, thinking about yourself is somewhat a behavior pattern which an individual prioritizes his or her needs and her comfort and her success and her problem, or to protect things around them. And so sometimes they have fairness towards others, sometimes they do not. Sometimes it could be malicious. And you mostly have probably been a part of this. But when it's checked, it becomes self-serving and sometimes it could be destructive. And this is why I want to talk about it, because in order for you to really, truly navigate, even just with friends, you have to recognize if this person for me or not. You have to recognize what are they desires. Is it wicked or is it self desires? Is it just being themselves, right? So in most cases, it is self-preservation most of the time. And unselfish self-interest sometimes can become wicked because you think somebody wants something from you. You see where I'm going? But however, when a person repeatedly ignores the consequences to others, right, after they've been made aware of how you were treated, then it shifts to self-desires and self-destruction, which can damage what? Trust, intimacy, and respect. Okay. So let's talk about the top ones. And again, I will be doing talks on breaking several things, and it'll be in each, because a lot of personalities are in different things I talked about. If you've been watching, I've been doing, I just did manipulator, and so you have to pay attention to that, and I've done the excuser. So some things are still going to be similarities, but you just have to recognize what they are. So let's talk about why people think about this. A lot of time, it is a form of fear. It's a fear of scarcity. They believe that everything may be limited. And so when they become a part of a situation and it is for you, they sometimes find that they need to take advantage. And so they start becoming a person that needs the attention. And so they want to be the one that be a part of the story or the situation. And so they create a competition type of situation, okay, or connection. But you can reframe it, you can change it. You have to recognize what's going on. And I'll give you an example. So I used to work for this radio show. Now, the whole goal of going to the show was to be recognized as a love doctor that helped you with your relationship. But on that show, the person who was, I would say, producing the show, as you would call a head of the show. But most of the time, they would pick and choose what they want to talk about, right? And in the end, it seems like you're a part of the show, but that person was mainly wanted to always be seen. Even though you had a little piece, you don't really get much of a piece because they're the one that are trying to say, I want to have a show. I want to be recognized more than you. And so they'll focus more on themselves. And it's not harmful, but yet they do know that, well, I'm not really trying to help you go to the next level. I'm really just trying to help myself. I just need a piece of what you have to offer so that I can get to the next level. You see where I'm going? Because it's a fear that you're going to outdo them within that field. So they start doing more of self presenting versus the person who else is a part of the show. So everything is surrounded around them that you don't even know. You get a piece of the other person, but you really don't get that much about that person because the person who wants to be seen is always going to talk the most and say the most. You see where I'm going? Okay. So, and they're doing that again out of fear that they won't have the opportunity. And if it's on the basis of a relationship, it's a fear of not getting that mate or that or the love of that person. And so they're gonna do things that bring them more attention. Okay. The other one is being immature. So when you are emotionally immature and you don't understand how to control your emotions, right? They're not developed yet. And some people are not developed, and you can recognize that on the basis of a conversation. So you have to pay attention to how people talk to you, because it feels good. Sometimes, the behavior feels good when they're talking to you. It seems like they're really doing, but something's not right. And a lot of time it's on the base of the inability to relate to a person. And they may not have been in healthy relationships. So they really don't know how to really relate. So they think about themselves because they don't understand how to connect. And that's what this is about, being able to connect. And so that is part of their lack. And a lot of times people like that, they have to be put in a place of accountability. And you have to express what you see is happening. Don't just let it, you can't teach them or train them, but you can tell them that they're being emotionally immature. And it's something that you don't like, because they're only focusing on themselves. Okay. The other one is, sometimes people try to survive. Trying to survive, I kind of say, based on something that may have happened to them in their younger days, or someone may have taken advantage of something from them. They may have been abandoned. They may have had trauma based on past situation. And so they go into this independent me. It's all about me and no one else. You see? And so they'll push people away because they crave being the center of attention. They need that center of attention. And a lot of people like that need healing. And we talk about this all the time. Trauma is about, you have to get healed. You have to get healed on the basis of something that happened to you in the past. You have to accept something that may cause you to be or feel that way. You understand? You have to really deal with the understanding of why you feel this way and why you do the things that you do. Because you may not recognize that you're just about self, or you may recognize that you only think about yourself, and then you do things along the way on the basis of surviving. You're so conditioned to survive that you quickly, step on somebody, and it's all about you. Whatever's happened let me bring it around me. Okay. The other one is entitlement. Some people sometimes think they're entitled to something, and so in order to do that, they need validation. And to get the validation, they don't deal with consequences that take place, because they know they're doing something that is on the basis of self, and they know that they're doing things that makes, because it's all about me. Here we are, we're back to me, and I'm superior. And they're doing things without reciprocity. You got me? It's almost like they're resenting the other person. It could be a coworker. It could be a family member. They're resenting what they're getting and what's happening for them, that they want to now have validation. And so they do things to get in the validation by feeling like they should be entitled to whatever they believe something is taking place at that time, or they should have it. The reality is that you have to make sure that a person is that feels entitled. You have to express what they think or they believe is of value. Because is it for them or is it for you? So why you feel entitled to something that was for me anyway? You see where I'm going? So again, we're back to expressing your conversation with someone that is that way. And then sometimes some people, or when they want something and they want to be seen, it's almost about being obsessed with being seen, that sometimes they'll do things on the basis of their identity being recognized. And they get so obsessed at being recognized that they want everything to be, they want to be the one that achieve everything. Even though if you're helping them and you're a part of them, helping them get somewhere, they still have to be the one to win. You got me? They want to be the one to be seen, and they want to be the one they get the accolades. They want people to clap their hands for. They are so obsessed with being the one they get attention. They are so obsessed with being noticed. And the problem with that is success without fulfillment or loyalty, because they're not loyal to the people that have got them there. And that's where the looking out for self comes from. Because it's not about helping each other be successful. It's about me just being successful and being seen. And it's all about integrity. You have to have integrity for others. You see where I'm going? I'm doing this talk because I wrote a little book some time ago when I was helping teenage young ladies. I used to be a part of PTA. And I used to watch how they react with each other and realize that people think of themselves first because of wanting to be recognized, wanting to be seen by someone, that it sometimes becomes harmful when you're so about self. Because if you watch my previous video, I talked about being self-centered. And it replaces shared responsibility. And that's why a lot of these teenagers have a hard time relating, because they don't know how to have healthy conversations because of technology. They don't know how to have healthy confidence within themselves, because they're using the technology to hide behind the flaws of their lack. And they're not aware of their self-esteem, their lack of confidence, their lack of sharing. And that's where the me comes. And I wanted to do a talk about this because it's okay to look out for self. And there's nothing wrong with looking out for self. When you're looking out for self, and when you get into a place of self, be in a place of self. Don't be in a place of being wicked or harmful to others. Because whatever is for someone is going to be for someone. So no matter what you do or say or do doesn't stop their journey. You're just stopping your journey because you're too focused on them and not focused on yourself the right way. Focusing on self is about self-preservation, having self-love, having confidence in self, and recognizing what you have to offer to someone, because you're not the same as someone else. So whatever you have to offer someone is totally going to be different than someone else. So don't seek to be validated on the basis of someone else. Seek to be validated on the basis of self. Because the person that you're going to bring into your life is looking at you. You the person that they are desiring. You're the person they like. You don't have to worry about somebody else that you do certain things on the basis of fear and obsession and lack, that you go into the mode of being destructive. You got me? Just love self first. And I'm going to do another talk about that because it's so important that we understand self-love. We say we love ourselves. We say we understand about loving ourselves. But that's a different of how you love yourself. You have to remove the disdain that you have for others in order to truly understand how you love yourself. You have to remove the responsibility that you believe that somebody else owes you. You know, and I wanted to do this talk so that in order for you to understand how to deal with others, you got to understand self. And you have to understand your desires to focus on self and why you do what you do and why you do it. Because it involves a lot of characteristic flaws that we have. Okay? So you've been with Love Dr. Pamela. Thank you for joining me. I look so forward to returning and bringing you some more love information that's going to help you in your love journey. Thank you for staying apart. Again, I love the comments. Anything that resonates with you in this talk, please leave me a comment. I love to help you more with anything that you're seeking. You can look in the description if you need any help. Please look in the description and let's take that journey to help you to the next level. So thank you for joining the Love Dr. Pamela. I will be back as we talk again, about love, love, love.